Are you feeling that subtle nudge, that insistent whisper deep within your soul, telling you there's more to your current circumstances than meets the eye? You're not alone. Many of us find ourselves at crossroads, seeking a clear sign, a divine confirmation that everything will truly be all right. This message isn't just another video. It's the very answer you've been waiting for, a profound conversation between your deepest desires and the universe's limitless wisdom. Just like Dale Carnegie taught us the power of influence and building genuine connections, today we're going to explore how to connect with your own inner power to truly influence your reality and to manifest the life you've always envisioned. Don't let a single moment of this transformative journey slip by, because the wisdom shared here could be the key to unlocking the extraordinary future that's already being prepared for you. So, lean in close. What you're about to hear is less about fleeting hope and more about actionable faith, the kind that turns the invisible into the tangible. Stay with us until the very end, as we'll reveal powerful insights that will help you not just understand, but actively shape your destiny. And if this message resonates with your spirit, if it ignites a spark of recognition within you, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your engagement helps us share these vital truths with even more people who are searching for their own divine confirmations. Active faith. Beyond mere hope. Faith, as so eloquently and profoundly articulated by the visionary thinker Napoleon Hill, transcends the simplistic notion of mere belief. It is, in its purest and most potent form, a tangible force, an alchemical substance that possesses the extraordinary, almost magical capacity to transform our most fervent thoughts, our deepest aspirations, and our most cherished desires into palpable realities. Consider this truth with profound reverence. There exists no entity, no being in this vast and intricate world that comprehends your intrinsic worth, your boundless potential, or your ultimate magnificent purpose more intimately and completely than the omnipresent guiding force that is the very architect and sustainer of the universe. Every singular significant achievement, every monumental realization that has ever graced human history, according to Hill's profound insights, invariably germinates from a profound and ardent desire, a burning aspiration that ignites the spirit. Yet desire alone, in its nascent, unrefined state, is undeniably insufficient. It is absolutely imperative that we consciously channel this desire, that we direct its potent, raw energy with laser-like focus towards a higher purpose, a grander vision, an intelligence far superior to our own finite understanding. This deliberate act of channeling is precisely what enables its ultimate transformation into a concrete, undeniable, and manifest reality. And the most powerful, the most effective conduit through which this profound transformation gracefully occurs is faith. However, let us clarify, this is emphatically not a passive faith that merely idly waits, a languid expectation for something to miraculously occur without any personal involvement, effort, or conscious participation. On the contrary, it is an active faith, a dynamic, living force that vigorously expresses itself through heartfelt, sincere prayer, through diligent, persistent action, through unwavering, unshakable trust in the unseen, and through courageous, decisive movement, even when the desired outcome remains unseen, still shrouded in the mysterious mists of the future. This particular potent kind of faith doesn't merely encourage you to harbor dreams. It vigorously compels you to prepare, to actively ready yourself, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, to receive that which you so deeply yearn for. Because what is swiftly approaching, what is unequivocally destined to enter your life, demands far more than just a fleeting hope, a fragile wish. It necessitates a proactive stance, a resolute, unyielding resolve, and an unwavering disposition that, authentically mirrors the absolute certainty of its impending arrival. It calls for you to embody the very change you wish to witness, to act with conviction, as if your deepest desires are not just possibilities, but are already vibrant, undeniable realities, thereby meticulously paving the way for their inevitable and glorious physical manifestation. This active faith is the bridge between aspiration and actuality, the catalyst for divine intervention through human co-creation. Preparation for receiving. We often find ourselves pouring out our deepest desires, our most fervent petitions, in moments of intense prayer, laying bare the yearnings of our souls. Yet a profoundly crucial question, one that is all too frequently left unexamined, demands our attention. Are we truly, unequivocally prepared to receive the very blessings we so passionately implore for? Napoleon Hill, with his characteristic astuteness, observed a recurring pattern that led to the downfall of many individuals. They failed, not due to an inherent lack of capability, talent, or potential, but because they neglected to adequately prepare themselves on mental, emotional, and spiritual levels for the very boons they solicited. They might, with sincere hearts, fervently pray for an influx of abundance, a tide of prosperity. Yet paradoxically, their innermost thoughts continue to dwell within the confines of scarcity, their internal dialogues echoing limitations, fears, and doubts, rather than embracing the boundless possibilities that abundance truly represents. They might earnestly implore for profound healing, a restoration of wholeness. Yet in their daily existence, they live as if perpetually condemned, their actions, their habits, their very lifestyle, subtly contradicting their spiritual aspirations for wellness. They seek divine direction, a clear pathway forward. Yet they fail to cultivate the necessary inner stillness, the quiet contemplation, to truly listen, to discern the subtle guiding whispers that are constantly being offered. It is therefore absolutely paramount that your daily attitude, your every interaction, authentically reflects an unwavering confidence, a profound and unshakable trust in the unseen forces working on your behalf, rather than presenting a mere facade of faith that subtly, almost imperceptibly, conceals a deep-seated anxiety, a gnawing doubt within. Embrace with open arms the profound wisdom that lies in allowing yourself to rest, to release the grip of constant striving. For the truly opportune moment, the divinely appointed timing will undeniably arrive. And when it does, it will cascade over you, not as a gentle drizzle, but as a mighty wave of profound relief, washing away all prior trepidation, all lingering doubts, all the burdens you carried. The peace you have yearned for with such intensity, the clarity you have desperately sought to illuminate your path, will effortlessly dissipate every shadow of doubt and uncertainty that once clouded your vision. But remember, this immutable truth, this profound transformative shift commences not in external circumstances, but with a heart that has diligently cultivated the sacred art of patient waiting, a spirit that has assiduously learned the profound, liberating lesson of trust. Even if the intricate workings, the complex mechanisms of this divine orchestration remain entirely invisible to your current perception, resting beyond the grasp of your immediate understanding, rest absolutely assured that higher, guiding forces meticulously, tirelessly, and lovingly working behind the scenes, orchestrating every single minute detail for your ultimate and highest good. This meticulous divine preparation ensures that when your blessing, your desired manifestation finally arrives, you are not merely a passive recipient, but you are truly, wholly ready to embrace it with open arms, to embody its essence, and most importantly, to sustain it with wisdom, grace, and enduring gratitude, trusting the unseen plan. Every significant conquest, every monumental achievement that has ever been witnessed in the tangible world, As the insightful Napoleon Hill so profoundly elucidated, always without exception, originates from an unseen metaphysical plane. This is the realm of pure thought, of intention, of vibrational energy that precedes all physical manifestation. It is within this subtle, yet immeasurably powerful realm that you must wholeheartedly place your unwavering, unconditional trust. The profound act of surrendering your path, your anxieties, and your desires to this higher, all-knowing force, of truly confiding in its infinite wisdom and benevolent design, is not merely an act of faith. It is the very catalyst that allows everything else to gracefully unfurl, to align and to manifest precisely as it should, in perfect harmony with the grand cosmic blueprint. Trust, in its deepest and most authentic sense, is not a passive state of inert expectation, a mere hope that things will eventually improve. On the contrary, it is an active, vibrant, and dynamic way of living, an embodiment of the profound inner certainty that what has been promised, what has been envisioned, what has been divinely ordained, will undeniably come to pass, regardless of immediate external circumstances. If your unique journey has led you to this very moment, to these very words that resonate within your soul, understand this with absolute conviction. It is not by mere chance, nor a random twist of fate. You have been meticulously guided, purposefully led, with divine precision to this profound truth, to be reminded with an unshakable conviction that absolutely nothing, not a single event, challenge, or opportunity, falls outside the meticulous and compassionate divine plan. Even this very moment you are experiencing, this profound message resonating deeply with your spirit, this intentional pause you are taking to simply breathe, reflect, and absorb, all of it, every single part, is an intrinsic and vital component of the unfolding answer to your deepest prayers and desires. The pivotal decision, the ultimate choice, now rests squarely upon your shoulders. Will you continue to feed the lingering shadows of fear, allowing them to dictate your reality, to cloud your judgment, and to diminish your spirit? Or will you, consciously, courageously, and with profound conviction, choose faith, an unwavering belief in the unseen, a trust in a power far greater than yourself? Will you persist in doubting your path, your potential, or the divine's benevolence? Or will you truly, deeply, and unequivocally trust that what is rightfully yours, what is destined for you, is already in motion, drawing nearer with every beat of your heart, every breath you take, destined to manifest in perfect alignment with your highest good and the magnificent grand cosmic design? This is your invitation to step fully into the power of trust and conscious co-creation. Faith is action, not passivity. A pervasive and often debilitating misconception frequently obstructs the spiritual journeys of countless individuals. The erroneous belief that simply possessing faith inherently translates to passively waiting for something miraculous to occur, as if faith itself were synonymous with an utter lack of personal involvement, effort, or proactive engagement. However, nothing could be further from the profound, dynamic truth. True faith is emphatically not a static, inert state. On the contrary, it is an intrinsically dynamic living force, a powerful, vibrational energy that vigorously propels movement and demands participation. It insists on forward motion even when the external signals are sparse, when the path ahead appears shrouded in dense uncertainty, and when every logical, rational indication seems to suggest that your endeavors are doomed to fail. Napoleon Hill's insightful teachings profoundly underscored this critical distinction. He emphasized that while every profound achievement, every groundbreaking innovation begins in the fertile soil of the mind, it most certainly does not culminate there. The mental conception is merely the genesis. He further described faith as a unique and powerful chemical element that, when harmoniously combined with focused thought, possesses the extraordinary capacity to activate the subconscious mind, thereby initiating the very process of creation and manifestation. In essence, faith serves as the vital, indispensable fuel for meaningful, purposeful action. You, as a conscious co-creator, possess the incredible latent capacity to believe in the seemingly impossible, to engage in fervent, heartfelt prayer, to vividly visualize your most cherished desired outcomes with crystal clarity, and to boldly declare them into existence through the power of your words. Yet if you fail to move, if you remain stubbornly rooted to the spot, paralyzed by indecision, if you consciously refrain from taking decisive, courageous action, even in the daunting presence of fear, you inevitably become a prisoner to the agonizing and unproductive state of waiting. It is precisely at this critical juncture, this crossroads of inaction, that countless individuals abandon their most cherished aspirations, not because they inherently lack potential, talent, or the capacity for greatness, but because they have inadvertently become accustomed to passively waiting, remaining seated for blessings that can only be reached through courageous, consistent, and proactive forward motion. The true essence of faith lies in this active engagement, in taking deliberate, conscious steps forward, even when the entire path isn't fully illuminated, trusting implicitly that each purposeful stride brings you closer, with unwavering certainty, to your desired manifestation. This is the difference between dreaming and doing, between hoping and having, living the conviction. The scriptural teachings, timeless in their wisdom, are remarkably clear on this profound foundational principle. Faith without works is dead. This isn't merely a theological abstraction or an antiquated dogma. It is, at its very core, a fundamental truth about the mechanics of manifestation and the authentic expression of belief. Believing, undoubtedly, serves as the initial, foundational step, the spark that ignites the realm of possibility within your consciousness. However, if your daily life, your actions, your habits, and your conscious choices fail to visibly reflect the very essence of what you intellectually claim to believe, then perhaps you are merely engaging in the superficial act of repeating empty phrases, echoing sentiments without truly living with conviction. It's imperative now to allow yourself a moment of honest, searching introspection. Ask yourself with genuine sincerity, are you authentically living as someone who deeply believes in the imminent arrival of their desires, as though they are already a tangible reality? Or are you, perhaps subtly, living as someone who secretly harbors persistent doubt, allowing it to undermine your outward declarations? Do you fervently pray for doors of opportunity to swing open, for new pathways to reveal themselves, yet when the moment arrives to take a step, to knock, or to venture forth, you hesitate, paralyzed by an underlying fear of the unknown? Do you confidently articulate a belief in profound, transformative change within your life, yet you remain stubbornly ensnared by the same old habits, the same limiting routines, the very patterns that have kept you from progress? Do you confidently declare your trust in the divine process, in the grand unfolding, while in the hidden, often unexamined chambers of your heart, you still carry the heavy, suffocating burden of anxiety and worry? The persistence to which Napoleon Hill so eloquently referred is not simply a stubborn refusal to quit. It is, in its profoundest sense, the ultimate test of faith. He asserted with unwavering conviction that when a desire is sufficiently strong, when it possesses a burning intensity, the mind, in its boundless capacity and ingenuity, will invariably find a means, a pathway, to achieve it. But this means, this luminous pathway, is only truly discovered by those who steadfastly continue to walk forward, even when the map of their journey is unclear, even when the terrain ahead appears unfamiliar and daunting. Faith, in its truest, most potent and most transformative form, translates directly into unwavering discipline, into sustained effort, and into unshakable constancy, rather than remaining confined to eloquent words, beautiful sentiments, or fleeting aspirations. It is the unwavering determination to show up, day after day, week after week, embodying the belief that your prayers are actively being answered, even before you see the physical evidence, thereby actively co-creating your reality. Patience forges character. Anxiety, in its most fundamental essence, is the soul's desperate, often piercing cry, a poignant, unmistakable indicator that it has yet to fully grasp the profound and liberating art of trusting the larger, unfolding process of life. It typically surfaces, unbidden and overwhelming, when you attempt to exert control over elements that are intrinsically and unequivocally beyond your immediate grasp. The precise timing of events, the intricate, minute details of how things will unfold, and the ultimate results themselves. These are areas where human control is, by design, limited. However, true faith manifests not in the absence of challenges, but in your ability to continue moving forward, to persist, to demonstrate unwavering resilience, even when definitive. Answers remain elusive, obscured by the veil of the unknown. It is the profound capacity to maintain an unshakable belief when every logical indicator, every external circumstance in your immediate surroundings seems to contradict your deepest hopes, when the prevailing evidence suggests a path of inevitable failure. It is the unwavering conviction to symbolically construct the arc, to prepare diligently, even when there are no visible signs of impending rain, relying solely on an inner knowing, a profound intuition that transcends superficial perception. Perhaps, at this very moment in your life, you find yourself navigating a challenging interim period, a liminal space where you are caught between what was and what is yet to be. You stand with cherished promises, held firmly and dearly in your heart, yet in your external reality, you observe no tangible signs of their imminent manifestation. And it is precisely within this crucible of the in-between, this period of seeming inertia, that the true test of your spirit, your resolve, and your faith unfolds. Understand this deeply. It is not the mere passage of time itself that impedes your progress or causes delay. Rather, it is your own impatience, a restless yearning for immediate gratification that subtly distracts you, pulling your focus and energy away from the sacred divine unfolding that is meticulously happening beneath the surface. The profound truth is that faith truly matures in silence. Genuine faith flourishes most robustly when external responses are absent, when the universe seems to offer no immediate confirmation, because it is in that very void, that quiet stillness, that you are powerfully compelled to learn the deeper, more profound lesson, to trust not merely in fleeting circumstances or visible outcomes, but in the immutable character, the unwavering benevolence, and the boundless wisdom of that higher guiding force. This is where resilience is built, where conviction is cemented, and where the soul learns to soar above transient doubts. Accepting divine timing. A profound truth, strikingly simple, yet potentially confronting in its implications, reveals that, while the divine orchestrator, in its boundless wisdom and precision, never errs in its timing, we, as human beings, frequently, almost instinctively, attempt to accelerate processes that, in their ultimate grand design, only make perfect sense, and yield their fullest fruit when they have been allowed to fully ripen, to mature in their own inherent pace. Consider a simple analogy. Have you ever attempted to open and consume a green, unripe fruit before it was truly ready for harvest? Not only would it be unpalatable, bitter, and utterly unsatisfying, but in attempting to force its premature opening, you would also inadvertently destroy the very seed within, thereby preventing its future growth and the potential for new life. In a remarkably similar vein, if you attempt to prematurely force or manipulate something that is still undergoing a meticulous process of refinement, preparation, and alignment in the higher realms, a process unseen by the naked eye, you risk inadvertently destroying precisely that which was destined to become your greatest blessing, your most profound manifestation. Napoleon Hill's astute concept of the law of gestation speaks directly and powerfully to this universal principle. It denotes the indispensable, often unseen period required for an idea, a desire, or a promise to fully mature, to burgeon with potential, and ultimately to manifest itself in the physical realm. He sagely noted that only those individuals who possess the unwavering fortitude, the inner resilience, and the profound patience to persevere through this often unseen period of gestation are the ones who ultimately reap the bountiful, magnificent results. Perhaps at this very moment in your life, you find yourself navigating this precise midpoint, this liminal in-between space where you are neither fully arrived at your destination nor completely detached from your past. You stand with cherished promises held firmly and dearly within your heart, yet in your external reality, you observe no immediate, tangible signs of their manifestation. And it is precisely within this crucible of the in-between, this period of seeming inertia, that the true test of your spirit, your resolve, and your faith unfolds. Understand this deeply and allow it to permeate your being. It is not the mere passage of time itself that truly impedes your progress or causes a delay. Rather, it is your own impatience, a restless yearning for immediate gratification that subtly distracts you, pulling your focus and precious energy away from the sacred, divine unfolding that is meticulously happening beneath the surface, preparing your miracle. The profound truth is that faith truly matures in silence. Genuine faith blossoms most robustly when external answers are absent, when the universe seems to offer no immediate confirmation, because it is in that very void, that quiet stillness, that you are powerfully compelled to learn the deeper, more profound lesson, to trust not merely in fleeting circumstances or visible outcomes, but in the immutable character, the unwavering benevolence, and the boundless wisdom of that higher guiding force. This is where resilience is built, where conviction is cemented, and where the soul learns to soar above transient doubts, fully embracing the perfect timing of the universe. Conscious preparation and sustainability. Have you ever truly contemplated this profound truth? The divine force, in its infinite wisdom, its boundless knowledge, and its perfect love, requires no external validation or proof of its inherent capabilities or its benevolent intentions. Yet, it loves you so profoundly, so intimately, that it permits, indeed orchestrates, for you to undergo a meticulous and transformative process of molding and refinement. This rigorous yet ultimately rewarding journey ensures that you are not merely a recipient of blessings, but that you are truly, comprehensively prepared to sustain and responsibly steward the magnificence it is poised to bestow upon you. Occasionally, what you perceive as a frustrating delay in the manifestation of your desires is in fact a form of profound divine protection. Perhaps in this very moment, you are not yet fully prepared to handle the magnitude of what you've asked for, or the external circumstances have not yet aligned in perfect, harmonious synchronization. Release the instinctive urge to compare your unique journey to that of others. Another person's blessing, their moment of triumph, is not, and never will be, an indication that you are lagging behind, or that your progress is somehow insufficient. Similarly, someone else's success is not a sign of your failure. The divine timetable operates not by the rigid measurements of a clock, but by the profound and organic unfolding of maturity within your soul and spirit. You may earnestly desire something immense, something truly grand, but have you diligently cultivated the necessary internal structure, the emotional resilience, the spiritual depth to genuinely sustain it, to integrate it fully into your life? Without being overwhelmed, this truly is the profound secret to lasting fulfillment. Napoleon Hill insightfully observed that a multitude of individuals falter not due to a lack of vision, not because they can't dream big, but rather due to an absence of the crucial preparation required to concretely materialize and sustain the very visions they held so dearly. Furthermore, if you currently find yourself in a period of waiting, understand this with utmost clarity. Do not, under any circumstances, squander this invaluable time. Instead, consciously choose to utilize it purposefully and strategically. Engage in continuous learning, immersing yourself in knowledge that expands your mind and soul. Dedicate specific time to prayer, meditation, and deep contemplation, cultivating an unshakable inner peace. Meticulously organize every aspect of your life, creating order where there was chaos. Prioritize your physical, mental, and emotional well-being with unwavering dedication. Diligently manage your finances, cultivating a mindset of abundance and responsible stewardship. And most importantly, actively and consistently work on self-improvement in every facet of your being. Be intentional in every thought, word, and action. Because when the divine, in its perfect timing, proclaims now, when the moment of manifestation finally arrives, there will be no time to commence your preparation. You will need to already be ready, having proactively laid the groundwork, having diligently built the necessary capacity within yourself. Have you ever truly paused to deeply contemplate this profound, yet often overlooked truth? The vast majority of people possess an inherent, almost instinctive ability to articulate their desires, to ask for what they want, to petition the universe with heartfelt pleas. Yet, remarkably, only a precious few genuinely understand and master the intricate art of receiving. Consider the countless individuals who engage in fervent prayer, dedicated fasting, who shed tears in moments of deepest supplication, and who passionately declare their desires into existence. But when the long-awaited blessing, the coveted manifestation, finally arrives, they tragically find themselves utterly lacking the fundamental structure, maturity, emotional balance, or crystal-clear clarity to fully embrace it, to integrate it seamlessly into their lives, and to steward it responsibly. And what then often tragically transpires? They inadvertently and sometimes painfully lose the very thing they had so earnestly prayed for. This may indeed be a difficult truth to confront, a harsh reality to swallow, but it is undeniably real and pervasive. The core challenge, you see, often isn't in the initial act of acquiring something. It's in the profound and sustained act of maintaining what has been acquired, of truly living in harmony with the blessing. Napoleon Hill's timeless wisdom resonates profoundly here, asserting with conviction that true, lasting success comes, not to those who merely desire it, but to those who are thoroughly prepared to sustain it. And how often do we, in our boundless optimism and unbridled hope, request something truly magnificent, something grand in its scope, yet paradoxically live our daily lives as if we are utterly unprepared, completely unequipped for its eventual arrival? You might, with sincere devotion, pray for a harmonious, structured family, a sanctuary of peace and love. Yet simultaneously, you haven't yet embarked on the courageous journey of healing your own foundational traumas, those deep-seated wounds that could inadvertently undermine the very harmony you seek. You passionately seek prosperity, an abundance of resources to fulfill your purpose. Yet you still, perhaps unconsciously, manage money with a mindset rooted in scarcity, treating it as an adversary to be feared rather than a tool to be leveraged, a flow to be managed with wisdom. You implore for a new season in your life, a fresh beginning, a profound transformation. Yet you remain stubbornly tethered to the past, unwilling or unable to release what no longer serves your highest good, what holds you back from embracing the new. Therefore, ask yourself, with profound honesty, are you truly, unequivocally ready for what you've asked for? The divine purpose, the grand design, is not merely to bestow gifts upon you. It is to empower you, to equip you, to enable you to sustain what it is poised to deliver into your hands. This, my dear friend, demands a transformed posture, an elevated, a way of being, a continuous journey of growth. It necessitates constant spiritual, mental, and emotional vigilance. It calls for wisdom, not merely intellectual knowledge, but profound, intuitive insight. Understand that the promise itself is not the end goal. It is, in fact, the beginning of a new and sacred responsibility. The pivotal question that must echo deep within the chambers of your heart now, reverberating with profound clarity, is this. If the divine in its perfect timing were to place in your hands today that which you have so fervently prayed for, would you possess the internal structure, the emotional resilience, the spiritual fortitude, and the practical wisdom to carry it with grace, integrity, and lasting success? Asking is indeed easy, preparing is profoundly difficult. But it is precisely this preparation, this intentional cultivation of self, that truly reveals who is ready for the grandeur that unequivocally awaits. Remember, blessings, true blessings, carry an inherent weight, a responsibility that comes with their manifestation, and those who fail to strengthen themselves, to build their internal capacity during the often challenging process of waiting and growth, will inevitably buckle under the immense pressure when victory, in all its glory, finally arrives. Therefore, if you find yourself currently amidst a process, a period of perceived delay, a season of refinement, embrace it fully and extend profound gratitude. For you are being meticulously molded, exquisitely refined, and powerfully forged, not to merely receive, but to sustain what is unequivocally yours. The divine observes your posture in times of scarcity, your unwavering discipline when no one is watching, the true, authentic condition of your heart when external circumstances seem stagnant. These very aspects, these seemingly small details, ultimately define who you are becoming, shaping your capacity for future blessings. Hill taught something profoundly similar. Character is what you do when no one is looking, when external validation is absent. And true success, he proclaimed, is the authentic, undeniable reflection of a mind thoroughly prepared and a soul deeply committed to its highest purpose. This means you don't merely need to ask. You must align your behavior, your thoughts, your emotions, your very spirit. Everything, every fiber of your being must point unequivocally towards the promise, becoming a magnet for its manifestation. The time has come to transcend the realm of mere dreaming. Now is the profound moment to actively sustain your unwavering focus, your unshakable faith, your diligent daily preparation, and your profound commitment to what is swiftly approaching, to what is already on its way to you. Pause now, and with utmost sincerity ask yourself, if the door of opportunity were to swing open wide today, would I possess the emotional maturity, the unwavering mental fortitude to pass through it with grace and purpose? Would I truly be able to keep standing, to maintain, to steward the very thing I petitioned for with such fervent devotion? If this question stirs something deep within you, if it challenges you in a profound way, then know with absolute certainty that you are in the powerful process of becoming strong enough to sustain what you have asked for. And then, allow yourself to remember the initial message that resonated with you, that ignited a spark within your soul. The answer you sought is already within your grasp, already vibrating in your energetic field, and it will very soon materialize, taking tangible form before your very eyes. Yes, it is coming, it is drawing nearer with every passing moment. But now you understand, with profound clarity, that its arrival demands a new version of yourself, a more mature, wiser, more centered, and profoundly aligned version of who you are. You did not endure what you did. You did not walk through those challenges for naught. The pain you experienced has molded you into a stronger, more resilient being. The waiting, often agonizing, has fortified your spirit, deepening your trust. The silence, sometimes deafening, has imparted invaluable lessons, teaching you to listen to the whispers of your intuition. Now, you are truly, wholly ready, and when it happens, when the door finally swings open, when the answer definitively arrives, when every piece of the puzzle converges and everything makes perfect divine sense, you will look back upon your journey and understand with profound, joyful clarity. Nothing was in vain. Every challenge, every tear, every moment of uncertainty, every perceived delay was simply a rigorous, yet ultimately benevolent training, disguised as waiting. And the divine, ever faithful, ever loving, will cause you to smile with a joy you've never experienced before, demonstrating with undeniable proof that it was always from the very beginning in perfect control. You will live experiences, manifest realities, and achieve things you never even dared to ask for, finally realizing the immense, boundless courage and capacity that resided within you all along.